I want us to open our Bibles this morning to Joshua chapter 3, and I want to talk about transitions because life is filled with transitions, and people respond to transition and handle transition differently in life. But as a people of God, as a people of faith, we're to have a very unique response. We're to have a response to transition that shows that we're a people of faith, that we're a people who trust in God, that God is a God that has a future. And so we are to portray transition differently in our lives. Those of us who name the name of Jesus and are committed to following after Jesus, because really all of life is filled with transition. I was looking up here at our students leading and just thinking about transitions that they go through in school, and the transitions that those that will be graduating in a couple of weeks, the transitions they're going to have going into college. There's great anticipation, great excitement, but when they get there, they found that it's really kind of an upheaval because all the structure that they've had is now out the window. Everything is new. They're having to build a new schedule, a new framework in which they live life, and many struggle with that newfound freedom. Even our college graduates will have a difficult transition, many of them just going from being a full-time student, being a student, to transitioning into adult life, full-time work, career, those sort of things. Marriage is an adjustment. Mothering is an adjustment. Parenting, but mothers, I think, have to deal with a great many more transitions. I know in our own house, it's, I think, one of the biggest challenge that mothers face. I don't see guys really struggling with it that much, but I think mothers struggle with when your children grow up and you try to have an adult relationship with your adult child. Many mothers struggle with that, I think. Always wanting to keep them a small child that you tell them what to do, tell them what they ought to be doing, that sort of thing, that kind of accountability. And I remember when Hunter was home from Alabama during the Christmas break his senior year, Patty and I were sitting in the den, and Hunter's going out the door, and he says, "I'll be back later." It's like 9:30 at night. He said, "I'll see y'all later." Well, Patty said, "Well," she just blurted out, "What time are you going to be home?" Well, I immediately said, "Or since you're 22, just come in when you want to." So he never said, he just shut the door behind him. And I looked at Patty and said, "Really? What time are you going to be home?" And she said, "Oh, it's just so hard adjusting." And it is. Transitions are hard. Some transitions are simple, they're expected. You just have to roll with it. Others are unexpected. And what is really telling in our faith journey is when life hits us in the face in a way that was completely unexpected. Many of you could stand here this morning and talk about unexpected ways that life just blindsided you. How you never anticipated going through a divorce. How you never expected your spouse to be diagnosed with this illness. How you never expected to lose a child. How you never expected to lose a spouse at such an early age. And so life can hit you hard. Mike Tyson said everybody's got a game plan until you get hit in the mouth. Life's going to hit you, and every time you get hit by life, you've come up against a transition. Things are never going to be the same again. And so how do we adjust to that? How do we, when we find ourselves up against that wall, when we find ourselves up against that barrier, when we are at the brink of change, when we are standing at the riverbank and on the other side is an unknown future, and behind us is life as we have known it, that which is familiar, that which is predictable and comfortable, and now here we are, we're standing on a riverbank looking into that which we do not know. This unpredictable future. What do you do when you find yourself at that point of transition in life? Well, what you do as a person of faith is you cross over. You step over. You go stepping off that bank through the water to the other side.